What's the best way to use AI in your roofing business? No, it's not chatbots and email drips and automatic systems. Guys, it's to get found. If you can't get a lead, all the other stuff doesn't matter. I'm a real fundamentalist on this stuff. I've done this forever. Marketing's paramount. It's the number one thing. There will be nothing else that will ever beat it. You have to market. I own a contracting business. I was from contracting, and I realized early on that I needed to market really well. And when I marketed well, my ROI was better, I made money, it was a great life. Without marketing, you're sitting there wondering what's happening. One thing I do want to say a minute about it, you want to show up on AI, you want to show up on Google, that's the issue, but you have to fight for that. You have to do something. So I'm going to share with you a couple of things I do. Now, just in case you don't know who I am, I've done this for 16 to 17 years with roofing webmasters. I've had data pens now for 7 or 8 years. We've helped hundreds of roofers get up in rankings over the years and get daily call volume. And now it's expanded into AI. And so AI is an algorithm, guys. It gets a little overfluffed from the standpoint of what's done with it. We've deployed data pens. You can tag every roof you're on, show what was done, words, pictures, videos. It goes to the website, it goes out to social media, it goes to your Google map. And when that stuff gets spidered, it augments your brand, which helps you show up in ranking. Now, I know this stuff beyond a shadow of a doubt. I do this for myself, and we do this for hundreds of clients. This is exactly what needs to be being done, and never step off of it. You're constantly wanting to showcase what you did. Data pens let you raise your hand. 60 to 90 seconds out in the field, you tag a roof, what you did, what it was, photos, videos, geo-coordinate. Goes back to the individual page on the website, shoots out to social media, your Google map, and now AI, Google knows more about what you're doing, which in turn helps you go up in ranking. This is a new version of SEO on steroids without cheating. You know, we follow Google Webmaster Guidelines, which are the same thing for AI. You just don't want to cheat, spam. You don't want to do nothing, and you don't want to cheat about it. So there's some basic rules, and it's basically having a good user experience and not ignoring macro items. You know, I get calls all the time from somebody with a stagnant website that wants to leave it there that's just a basic template. Well, you can't have a bad website and dominate rankings. And so all this stuff gets done together, and it sounds complicated, but we've really been able to, through software and AI, automate a lot of the stuff that used to have to be done by hand, but it's a uniqueness inherent within your daily activities. And it still has to be done properly, injected into each page, but it only takes you a minute and a half to do a data pen, and it's distributed through your brand, the website, Google Maps, social media, and then it gets spidered by AI, and then they see the brand. And they're like, oh, this is a good brand with a great user experience. Lots of macro metrics being done. One thing I'll say about social media too, you don't have to get a call from Facebook or YouTube for it to accelerate your AI rankings, because AI sees it the same as Google does when the algorithm spiders your brand. So if I had to leave you with anything about all this, is that people just don't do anything with their brand. And you know, and then you get what you get from it. Some guys stay kind of busy, but if you really get as much as you can possibly get, the multiplier effect and the amount of money you make is something, if you knew what you were going to get, that you would wholeheartedly be trying to signal out regularly so that AI and Google saw you, so that you deserve to show up in ranking. And it can't just be rhetoric from a salesperson. It's got to actually be done, because they don't know what you were sold by some goofy marketing agency or something. They have no idea. And so your job is to make sure that's done well, and then distribute these signals regularly. And once we integrate data pens into your brand, it's an easy thing to do, and then we still do SEO and all the other components. But that's how AI's algorithm is looking at the components of your brand, determining who shows up in rankings. Same as Google. If you're interested, call us. I've done this forever. I'd love to help you out, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.